If your breathing has been different than it used to be and you're struggling to breathe a little bit more than you used to, and your medical providers and yourself have not figured out why yet, I get it. I was in that same situation. So I want to share my story and the one thing that you might not have heard about yet that could be making it more difficult for you to breathe. I'm Ashley Oswald, dietitian and founder of Oswald Digestive Clinic, where we help people improve and eliminate bothersome gut issues like gas, bloat, diarrhea, and or constipation. You can work with us one of two ways. You can schedule a free gut health call below if you want to work one-on-one and get a personalized nutrition plan, or you can join our Heal Your Gut course, which the link is also below. So let's dive right into my story and that one thing that you might not be connecting to your breathing issues yet. So my breathing issues started in 2019, in the spring of 2019, and it was very strange. It was, how to describe it? Just like I would have to try extra hard to take a breath and just sit there and to try to fill my lungs until I could have a few more breaths of like normal. I never had that before. I've never had asthma, not even seasonal allergies. And so it was very strange for me. In July, I finally decided to go see a nurse practitioner about it, and I saw her twice. She also was not really sure why I was having these issues and thought maybe it was asthma. Maybe I was getting this like adult onset asthma, and I was offered an inhaler. That just did not feel right to me, and it wasn't bad enough where I opted for the inhaler, but I left it on the table as an option. And so a few months later, we were kind of thinking that maybe it was related to those wildfires that were happening on the West Coast. And it was very strange because it would be bad some days, but then better other days. Like when I was at the nurse practitioner's office, I wasn't having that experience. So it was making it kind of hard to describe because I was trying to rely on memory of when it happened, and I wasn't quite connecting the dots as far as what could have been triggering it, or even really thinking that like maybe it's something environmental outside of like the environmental allergies that we talk about. So I just kind of let it be, and again, it was not bad enough where I was looking to make a more major intervention. But then I started to think more about it because I actually started to get sick, and in the span of a year from 2019 to 2020, I contracted or got, or whatever you want to say, 3 viruses. I got what was likely COVID after a weekend trip surfing in LA. I got dengue fever, a virus when I was in Bali. And then I got a weird viral infection in the summer of 2020. And this is all super weird for me because I hardly ever got sick. I would actually like brag about not getting sick. I would drink out of somebody's water glass or whatever, even when they're like actively sick, and it wouldn't even faze me. Like I wasn't concerned about it because probably because I take this perception and knowledge in knowing that if my body is in alignment and balanced, I should be able to properly fight off these things. And in fact, it might even be good for me to get this exposure to like challenge my immune system and make sure I'm staying, strong. My microbiota is well balanced and able to kind of fight off, invaders or whatever you want to call it. And so that's when I really started questioning after getting 3 viral issues, what more could be going on, kind of making me susceptible to these things. And so I started to do some more research and realized that, oh my gosh, it could actually be that I was exposed to environmental mold. And that would make sense for the timeline because in 2019, I moved into a studio. I am a minimalist and, was really excited to kind of hone into my minimalism craft. So I was gonna live in a 350 square foot studio, which was like amazing. It was a great location, probably one of my favorite living situations. But moving into there was when I started to experience the breathing issues, which in functional nutrition, we always want to look at the timeline so that we can try to connect some of these dots. And at the time, honestly, I'd been to a few presentations about environmental mold, but it wasn't an area that I would consider myself a specialist in or like having a wealth of knowledge in. But certainly this experience has allowed me to really expand that. So ultimately, it's a blessing in disguise. But so I moved in the spring, and that would make sense as to why I started to experience these issues. So what did I decide to do next? I ordered some lab panels on myself, organic acid testing and mold testing, both urine tests, and indeed my mold testing came back to have very high levels of environmental mold contamination. So the next thing that's super important to do in a situation like this that you can probably guess is get out of the situation. You gotta decrease the exposure of your body to the things that's causing toxicness in the body, if that's a word, toxicness. Anyway, so that's 101. So I got out of the situation, and then I can start using functional nutrition approaches to enhance the elimination of the mold from my body, which is being very effective. Typically, it takes about 10 months. For some people, longer, over a year. Other people, maybe a little shorter, to help recover your health after having some sort of environmental mold exposure like this. And depending upon what kind of mold it is, it can be really serious. It can actually cause organ damage and death, but I don't want to freak you out. So I just want to share my story in this because I know it's not a common topic in conventional med. You heard my story of going to a nurse practitioner and she wasn't quite aware of it. I totally don't blame her. She's an amazing nurse practitioner. However, it's just not really taught. It wasn't even on my radar as much as a functional medicine provider. And so if my story sounds kind of similar to you and there's not like a disease state that's been found to be contributing to your breathing issues like COPD or like a smoking history or anything like that, I would really say that this would be worth looking into. And then the other thing that I was really grateful for is that when I was living in that studio, I actually got a really high quality air filter. And there's just something in me, my intuition kind of telling me that I should get this. And so I really believe that probably helped me not have as severe of issues from it. So if you do suspect something, that would be worth looking into as well. And you can just in the comments ask if you want some links to some good filters. So all in all, I'm about 5 months into my plan. At the 10-month mark, I will retest and see how everything's going. My symptoms are greatly improved. I'm feeling my energy come back, which is all awesome signs. And really what I'm just using at this point is a supplement regimen and then eating in a way that's going to really help support my detoxification pathways as well. So I hope this video was insightful, helpful for you. If you want me to make more videos about mold and what you can do to help with that, then just leave that in the comment below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell next to the subscribe button because that notifies you when we release a new video, which is every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Central Time. So I thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next week, Tuesday at 10 a.m. Central Time. All right, bye.